No, really hard to play with yourself, but still achievable. But I think the more numbers of people you have, then the more insight not only do you get to yourself, but the other people around you. And they will sometimes have questions which are similar to yours, or they will say something which you've been thinking about, and you go, oh my God, that's me too. And so, no, it doesn't. The game with a few people can take longer, but then again, it might not. And because there are similar questions when there's just two, a bit repetitive sometimes, but it's still, no, it doesn't matter how many people you can have. Hard work is your perception of hard work, because the questions are challenging for yourself. Um, it's fun then to sit back and watch everybody else suffer. Sorry. But it can be very confronting. I found the game sometimes confronting, and because you don't really think about really what you really want, rather what you think you want, and when the game goes, yeah, no, you're backing up the wrong tree, you go, okay, so I have to be serious about this, which is interesting, challenging, but good. It's a good challenging. You can't help people find their journey, but when the questions come up and you can see them struggling, you might be able to say, well, what about this? So you actually maybe put it into words which they understand better, because you know that person better. And if they're strangers, you're still able to offer options which they may not have thought of how the question might fit into their original question. And then they go, oh yeah, that's how it goes, or that's what I mean, yeah. So, yeah. Yes. Painful, but yes, it was very useful, because it makes it, playing the game asks you to look at yourself. I mean, really look at yourself. People look at themselves superficially a lot of the time, and then a question comes up and you go, I don't think I want to answer that question. I might stop playing now. But you don't. You don't, because it's still rewarding to find out those little dark spots that we have, those little barriers that we create for ourselves, and to name them so you can actually do something about it, make it different. Well, because when I've played the game, I've obviously asked questions about myself and what my barriers are. So for me to recognise what the barrier is, and the game will really let you know what your problem is, because it keeps coming up again and again and again, and you get to explain yourself to yourself and to others again and again, you know, why it's a barrier and what can you do about it, and you'll reaffirm how it can be different. So once you've actually got past that, it's kind of, I don't have to do this anymore, and you can move on, which is always such a joy. You can get the same answer, but if you're getting the same answer, it's because you still haven't worked through really what the question you actually asked, or the obstacle that you actually meant to be presented with. So yeah, I've had repetitive, like, yeah, no, I've already done that one. Well, obviously you haven't. Do it again. All right. So it can, but it's good, because it's a reminder that I actually haven't worked through what I thought I'd worked through so valiantly and gallantly. The game is an excellent way to learn about yourself. It's an excellent way to learn about people in your life and just people around you, and to recognise that, one, we all have obstacles in life. And because you're able to do that, you don't have to be so insightful. You don't have to be a particular mindset, because the game will lead you to that really subtly. And you can come away going, oh, I wasn't expecting that one, which is fantastic. It is fun. It is fun. And it can be used in so many different ways and so many different people. It's not age appropriate or gender appropriate, or it's just for anyone who's interested in making their lives just a little bit different, and then looking at themselves and seeing what makes yourself tick, which isn't always pretty, but there you go. And also, it's always good to encourage small businesses as well, which this is a small business, and we all need to encourage and help each other. So that's why I would say, yeah, be there, buy a game, it's great.